Yata Mirror. Let me tell you a story about one of the most hyped defensive tools in the entire Naruto universe. A shield so legendary, so mystical, that people in the fandom still argue about it like it's a real-life political debate. I'm talking about the Yata Mirror. Yeah, that shield. The one Itachi Uchiha pulls out inside his Susanoo like a final boss move you never expected. According to the databook, and yes, I'm rolling my eyes as I say this, the Yata Mirror can block anything. I mean literally anything. Physical attacks, ninjutsu, astral projections. You could throw fire, lightning, wind, or even your hopes and dreams at it, and it would just reflect them away. Sounds unbeatable, right? Now, if you combine the Yata Mirror with the Totsuka Blade, Black Zetsu himself claimed Itachi becomes invincible. Not strong, not cage level. Invincible. One seals your soul, the other blocks your attacks. So what do? Log off? But here's the catch. That whole invincible label is, let's say, generously exaggerated. It's the same databook that once said Tamari could blow away the entire universe with a single swing of her fan. So, yeah, maybe don't take everything in the databook like it's written by the Sage of Six Paths himself. Let's look at what we actually saw. Yata Mirror was used to block Orochimaru's eight-headed serpent, which, to be fair, was no small feat. It also likely blocked Kirin, Sasuke's lightning-fast technique that literally calls down a bolt from the sky. That's impressive, no doubt. But those were very specific situations, with specific angles. The Yata Mirror isn't floating around Itachi in a protective orb, it's a directional shield. Meaning, sneak behind him, and it's game over. Even more importantly, the mirror doesn't block light, sound, or genjutsu. So, if you walk up blasting dubstep and strobe lights while whispering sweet nothings about your tragic backstory, you might just get through. Also, keep in mind, it runs on chakra. If Itachi's Susanoo is out of chakra, the Yata Mirror disappears with it. And Itachi, despite the legend status, didn't exactly have a chakra pool like Naruto or Madara. Let's not pretend he was sprinting marathons out there. And here's the kicker. Even truth-seeking orbs, which are made from the chakra of the Ten Tails, get destroyed in the series. And if those can be broken, then Yata Mirror isn't untouchable. It's strong, sure, but not mythical. So yeah, the shield that was supposed to block everything? Turns out there are cracks in the glass, and we're about to explore the jutsu that can shatter it. Now, if you've made it this far, welcome to the amazing world of anime. This is the place for true fans like you, where we celebrate all the magic, action, and emotions anime brings to our lives. You've watched, you've felt the hype, you've been lost in these beautiful fantasy worlds, but, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Right now, almost 90% of you are watching without subscribing. Just imagine, if everyone hit sub, we could build one of the strongest anime communities out there. So, go ahead, click that subscribe button right now so you won't miss any new episodes, deep dive breakdowns, or awesome anime content coming your way. Thank you so much. Now next on the list, just a little bit higher, is Kamui. Now if there's one thing more dangerous than a sharp blade, it's a technique that ignores blades completely. That's what Kamui does. Kakashi's Mangekyu Sharingan allows him to warp space itself, sending objects, or even people, into a separate dimension. And the Yata Mirror, it can't block what it can't touch. Unlike elemental jutsu, Kamui doesn't care about chakra types or nature transformations. It doesn't clash with your attack. It just deletes it. Gone. Poof. Bye-bye. It's like right-clicking reality and hitting send to recycle bin. And here's the scary part. Kamui has already been shown to work against truth-seeking orbs, those black chakra blobs made from the combined powers of the Sage of Six Paths and the Ten Tails. If Kamui can casually remove those, what chance does the Yata Mirror have? Kakashi, half-blind and running on fumes, used Kamui to erase barriers and projectiles like they were made of paper. This wasn't some slow ritual either. It was fast, precise, deadly. So imagine this. Kakashi spots Itachi behind the mirror. One blink and a hole opens behind him. No need to punch, no need to clash, just gone. Mirror or not, Kamui is the great equalizer. Night Guy. Okay, let's get real. The Yata Mirror is known for being this unbeatable, reality-bending shield that adapts to everything thrown at it. But let me ask you something. Can it adapt to getting punched in the face so hard that space literally bends? Yeah, I'm talking about the moment Might Guy opened the 8th gate and went full-on Red Beast of the Leaf. Let's break it down. The 8 gates released formation isn't just a power-up, it's a full-on taijutsu apocalypse. When Guy opens all 8 chakra gates, especially the final one, the Gate of Death, he pushes his body past human limits. Blood evaporates, bones crack, skin peels from sheer force. It's like watching a man set himself on fire to become a living nuke. Now before we even get to Night Guy, Guy was already going toe-to-toe with Madara as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Think about that. A human, with no Sharingan, no Rinnegan, no Sage Mode, pressuring a god. He blitzed Madara with a barrage of kicks so fast and precise, it warped the very air around them. And all of this happened before the final move. That barrage alone would have been enough to give the Yata Mirror a panic attack. The mirror isn't omnidirectional. It's a directional shield that requires Itachi to react and aim. But what happens when your opponent moves faster than your nervous system can process? Guy would have zipped around Susanoo like a red comet, launching strike after strike from every angle until the mirror just gives up out of confusion. About Night Guy, this isn't just a stronger punch, it's a taijutsu singularity. He focuses all that burning chakra into one final kick, so dense and fast, it bends space. And no, that's not an exaggeration. You literally see the space-time fabric curve around Madara's body as the kick lands. And remember, Madara had truth-seeking orbs at the time. They're supposed to be indestructible. Night Guy just melted them like they were butter on a summer day. The Yata Mirror is said to be similar in concept, an adaptive chakra shield that blocks everything. But here's the thing, raw, pure, high-speed physical force doesn't care about elemental adaptation. There's no chakra type that counters a fist moving at relativistic speed. You can't shift to water style to block a literal black hole of taijutsu. If Guy had aimed Night Guy at Itachi's Susanoo, and the Yata Mirror had been raised, would it have blocked it? Honestly, the shield might have slowed it down. Maybe. But it's more likely the mirror would have shattered instantly, with the rest of Susanoo following soon after. Itachi may be a genius, but you can't outthink a kick that breaks physics. Sword of Nunoboko. Next, we've got a weapon that was literally forged to reshape the world. The Sword of Nunoboko. Wielded by Obito when he was the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, this sword isn't just powerful, it's mythological. Made from the same chakra that created the Divine Tree and the truth-seeking orbs, this blade is said to represent creation itself. Obito didn't use it for slicing onions. He used it to erase battlefields. He stood against the entire Shinobi Alliance wielding this massive glowing weapon. Just one swing left craters behind. This wasn't just about cutting. It was about deletion, atomizing everything in its path. Could Yata Mirror stand against something like that? Highly doubtful. The sword was forged from the Ten Tails Ultimate Chakra. It didn't rely on elemental advantage or strategy. It simply overwhelmed. Even the databook's description of Yata Mirror doesn't account for this kind of pressure. There's no known transformation or chakra nature that directly counters a blade made of every nature type combined with god-level force. Particle style. Alright, next up, particle style, or as I like to call it, the delete you from history jutsu. This is Onoki's signature move, and it's terrifying. The official name is Dust Release, Detachment of the Primitive World Technique. Sounds like a spell Gandalf would cast, right? What makes particle style so deadly is its structure. It's a Keke Tota, which means it fuses 3 chakra natures, earth, wind, and fire. But no, it doesn't summon Captain Planet. It disintegrates matter on a molecular level. Now, let's talk Yata Mirror. This thing is supposed to adapt to incoming chakra types, right? That's cute. Until you're hit with a jutsu that doesn't just attack, it erases. It doesn't clash. It breaks everything down into particles before your fancy chakra shield can even react. And this isn't just theory. Onoki used it to obliterate 25 Susanoo clones created by Madara. That's right, 25. Gone in one move. That's not hype, that's canon. Now, if Itachi's Yata Mirror can adapt its nature to block an attack, it needs time and direction. But particle style doesn't care where you're standing. It engulfs everything. If it hits the Susanoo, and not just the shield, Itachi's body is toast before the mirror even knows what hit it. At White Dragon Jutsu, now we flip from destruction to deception. Let's talk about Kabuto's White Dragon Jutsu, a technique that doesn't even aim to punch or pierce. It aims to overload your senses. Here's how it works. Kabuto emits a blinding burst of light and sound, disorienting opponents completely. No physical impact, no chakra clash, just sensory chaos. Think flashbang grenade, but magical and deadly. Now remember what we said earlier. Yata Mirror blocks physical attacks, ninjutsu, and even astral projection. Sounds impressive, right? But here's the twist. It doesn't block light or sound. And that's a problem, because that's exactly what Kabuto's jutsu is made of. Kabuto used this move inside a dark cave to blind and disorient both Itachi and Sasuke. Did Itachi block it? Nope. Did the Yata Mirror help? Not even a flicker. And let's be real, if Itachi could have used the mirror to block it, he would have. The fact he didn't speaks volumes. Think about it. If Yata Mirror could block light, Itachi wouldn't be able to see through it. It would be like walking around with a giant blindfold in front of his face. That's not exactly combat efficient. Tailed Beast Bomb. Alright, kicking off with one of the flashiest and most iconic attacks in the Naruto world, the Tailed Beast Bomb. If particle style is precise and Kamui is sneaky, Biju Dama is the big, glowing nope button of the battlefield. This is the ultimate move of the tailed beasts, created by mixing positive and negative chakra into a sphere of pure destruction. Naruto, Killer Bee, and even the Ten Tails have all used it. When this thing hits, it doesn't damage the landscape, it erases it. Now, could Yata Mirror block that? Theoretically, maybe. But let's think practically. The Tailed Beast Bomb doesn't hit you with a single element. It's raw, condensed, mixed chakra that explodes with force strong enough to flatten mountains. Even truth-seeking orbs have been broken by its force. Naruto fires one at Obito while he's in Ten Tails form. The bomb not only challenges his truth-seeking defense, but it actually breaks through and causes damage. That's Ten Tails level power cracking under pressure. So if those divine chakra orbs couldn't tank it, what makes us think Yata Mirror could? The mirror's greatest strength is adaptability. But when a literal chakra bomb is screaming toward you at full speed, sometimes there's just not enough time to adapt. Infinite Tsukuyomi. Now, let's completely flip the battlefield, because not every attack is about punching. Some are about breaking your mind. Enter Infinite Tsukuyomi, the genjutsu to end all genjutsu. Activated by Madara and later Kaguya, this technique reflects light from the moon to trap everyone on Earth in a permanent dream. And it works on a planetary scale. There's no dodging it, no running from it, unless you've got a Rinnegan and are hiding in the shadows. Now here's the kicker. The Yata Mirror doesn't block genjutsu. It never has. Why would it? You can't shift your chakra nature to anti-hypnosis. If light enters your eyes and that light carries a genjutsu, the mirror is completely useless. When Madara casts the jutsu, the entire world goes dark, then blindingly bright. People get caught instantly. If Itachi were alive then, His mirror would have done nothing but reflect some moonlight before he joined the Dream Club. Ame no Teijikura. Sasuke doesn't need flashy explosions or giant monsters to break your defense. Sometimes, he just needs to be somewhere you didn't expect him to be. That's the core of Ame no Teijikura, his Rinnegan teleportation technique. This ability lets Sasuke instantly switch places with anything in his line of sight. Himself, weapons, enemies, even rocks. And in battle, that means he can get behind any defense in a heartbeat. The Yata Mirror, once again, faces the same directional limitation. It protects what Itachi sees. But if Sasuke swaps positions with, say, a kunai behind Itachi, then bam, he's suddenly behind the mirror and swinging. Sasuke uses this exact technique to bypass Madara's defense and nearly land a direct hit. It was so fast, Madara was visibly shaken. That's saying something. Vanishing Rasengan. This one's sneaky. Boruto's Vanishing Rasengan doesn't announce itself. It doesn't glow or explode on impact like the classic version. It literally disappears mid-air, then boom, hits you from nowhere. The mechanics are simple. Boruto subconsciously infuses lightning chakra, causing the Rasengan to temporarily vanish before making contact. And that moment of invisibility, that's all it needs to bypass the Yata Mirror. Boruto uses it to catch Momoshiki completely off guard. Now imagine using it on Itachi's Susanoo. The Yata Mirror focuses on what it sees, but this Rasengan isn't visible. It can reappear behind Itachi, strike the Susanoo's weak spot, and detonate before anyone realizes it's back. Daikokuten. Let's talk Ishiki Otsutsuki, because this guy basically runs on hacks. And his most busted ability? Daikokuten. It allows him to store any object in a pocket dimension and summon it instantly into battle. What does that mean for Yata Mirror? Simple. Ishiki doesn't need to break through it. He just spawns a giant chakra rod behind you, or better yet, shrinks himself and slips through the Susanoo's defenses before reappearing inside. This technique was on full display in Boruto, where Ishiki casually outmaneuvered both Naruto and Sasuke. The scale, speed, and unpredictability of Daikokuten made every defense feel useless. And Yata Mirror? It's just another target on his list. Karma Rift. You thought Kamui and Ame no Teijikura were dangerous? Wait until you see Karma Rift. Used by both Jigen and Boruto under Momoshiki, this technique creates a dimensional portal for instant movement. The biggest threat here is angle. Yata Mirror only protects one direction. Karma Rift lets the user teleport anywhere, including right behind Itachi. No buildup, no hand signs, just a split-second portal and boom, they're in striking range. Jigen used this to completely dismantle both Naruto and Sasuke in a matter of seconds. They couldn't react in time, and if they couldn't, Itachi's mirror certainly won't. Omnipotence. And finally, the ultimate rule breaker, Omnipotence. This power, originally wielded by Shibai Otsutsuki and later seen through Ada, doesn't just attack your body or your mind. It attacks reality itself. Omnipotence works by turning the user's will into universal truth. You want someone to forget who they are? Done. Want to rewrite history so someone else takes your place? Also done. Now apply that to Yata Mirror. The mirror doesn't get destroyed. It just ceases to exist. You don't even need to fight Itachi. Just will it so he never had the shield in the first place. This power transcends chakra, ninjutsu, even logic. In Boruto, Ada uses Omnipotence to rewrite the memories of the entire planet, switching Boruto's identity with Kawaki's. And no one, not even the Hokage, realizes it. Thank you for watching and see ya in the next video.